Hello guys, this is Jeremy Greats coming to you guys with a training video on optimization. This is going to be the first video that I create for you guys. I'm trying to make this one pretty simple and straightforward so it's easy to understand for you guys. If you have any questions, you can message me also in the group and I'll try to help assist you as best I can. I'm going to try to make this where there shouldn't be many questions, but we'll see how this works out. If you guys like the training after you watch the video, please make sure to like this post. If you want to comment on it, that's great too. The reason I'm asking for that is so I know how many people have seen the video, and also so I know if you guys want to see some further training. Again, this is going to be very basic today. I'm going to be covering one of the settings that a lot of people don't do in their WordPress site. In my opinion, it's needed for SEO, so that's why I show it. And we're going to be going over optimization of images, and we'll go from there. So we'll start off with settings. If you go to settings, you always need to go into permalinks on a fresh site. On here, it'll usually be on either the day and name, plain, or month. I can't remember, but it has one of these checked off. I don't suggest using any of the top ones. You can look it up online. A lot of people aren't going to suggest that either. In my case, I'm going to put post name. And I am running off of a local server on this site that I'm using just to show some of the back end. Just so if you're wondering what this HTTP 127 thing is, well, I'm calling this Shark because this is the Shark theme, as you can see on the front page. So I'm using that as a demonstration. But what this basically does when you have post name on, and after you click that, make sure you save, is any post name that you make, it'll automatically structure. So let's say, let me go to the main site. So if we were to go to, let's say, default page, notice it says default page up here. Now, if I change that permalink over to like the plain, I think is what it starts off on, which I think is stupid. It doesn't help you for SEO, by the way. So let's say we go to default page now. Well, it's not even showing it. It's keeping my old default. See, that's even messing up the site more, so I'm not even going to play with that. Post names where I got to keep it because I already saved it there, so I'm not messing up the site. Anyways, you would have numbers and stuff come up over here and it just doesn't look right. So this is always the best way to go. Your blog will say blog. See what I'm saying up here, and well, you guys can't see the top bar. I'm sorry. I probably don't have that on the recording screen, but your top bar will go and say blog and stuff like that. I was trying to keep that out. Sorry. Because I'm going to be going over some other stuff. I didn't want to be recording the exact locations of places. I'm not trying to advertise in this video. So anyways, we will go to this. This would be compressor.io, and I will put that in the notes so you guys know what website to go to. This is where you're going to compress your pictures. And it's really simple and straightforward because all you would do is click compress picture, you select, pick a picture that you want to compress. In this case, it'd be this one. Drop it in. Actually, no, that's the one I just did. I apologize. I am pulling the wrong picture up. Maybe this one. There we go. As you can see, it was at 13.55 and I'm bringing it down to 14.61. And then that shows you the before and the after, which that's going to be a small picture that I'm using on that. Then all you do is click download file, select your directory, and just pop it in. And notice it'll say compressed after it. So what I do, it's up to you what you guys want to do, is I usually just leave the C on the end like that, so I know it's a compressed graphics, and I save it. If you want, you could save it into a different directory or whatever you would like to do with that as well. This works for any size files. Let me see if I can find a bigger file here. One of these should be big enough for it to show something. No, that's kind of small too. Let's see here. I just did this a little bit ago. I had a recording problem earlier, so I had to fix that issue. Now I'm trying to find the big files that I had. Let me go to one of my other directories, maybe. Let's see here. I got so many graphics on here, it's just finding them. Heck with it. I'll just use this one and see if this is a big file or not. So for example, on this one, you see it's compressing it quite a bit. Well, the reason for the compression, because a lot of people I do know will be asking this question, is what does the compression ratio matter? The compression on it speeds up your site. So the smaller the files on the site, the faster the site loads. So it's a way to optimize the site. And if you go through places like GTmatrix and stuff, they will show you your different scores, like Hamilton Radio I did a little bit ago. And it's got a B rating, which is good. YSlow and your page speed score, trying to get both of those up, or if anybody were to get those up into the A's and B's, which I haven't really seen many sites do, but you can get it up there, but you got to be very careful because this factors in a lot of things, including your CSS and JavaScript coding and combining, and we're not going to go too much into that because I don't want to confuse anybody on this training, but all those take a factor. Like when I went to go and check this, it says server scaled images. So when you look at this, what does this mean? Well, what this means is some of your graphics files have been resized, is what it means basically. So in this case, this file here has been resized in HTML or CSS from 353 by 353 to 111 by 111. You don't want that. So I can show you exactly what's doing that. That picture in question is this one here. So what's happening is that's a bigger image that's actually being resized by the slider that I'm using. The reason that's not good is because it's going to use more resources than are necessary. So it doesn't make sense to have a big file loading into a small area if this is resizing it. So what you would do in that case is you'd go on to the online image resizer. This is resizeimage.net. And in here you would go ahead and upload the file, which I already did in here earlier, but that's because I was having issues. I love when computers don't want to work for you when you're trying to do something good. This one's already been resized. This would be the original one. So this one right here is 353 by 353, as you can see. Now, whenever you resize any images in this, make sure that you keep the aspect ratio on. I'm not going to go through all these other settings. You don't need to worry about cropping images and all that stuff. If you want to look into that later, you can, but I'm not trying to make this to be a complex thing. I'm trying to make this to be an easy thing. So in our case, we want to keep the ratio on that. So all I would do is change one of these numbers and notice that the other number automatically changes alongside it. If I wanted this at 450, notice both of the numbers are changing to 450. In my case, I'm going to 111 because when we were looking on here, it's saying that file is supposed to be at 111 by 111. So we'll go ahead and change it to that, and all you would do is click down here, resize image. You can view the image before you download it just to make sure it looks correct. Yeah, that looks good to me. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Now what you're going to have to do though is after you go through downloading this, This does have where you can do your compression on it. I found it to have a lot of issues. It's not always 100%. So instead of to avoid those issues, after you download this file, you just click the download image button there and click save, which I'm not going to do. I already got it on my hard drive, but you just click save and then save it. Go back to compressor, and you can select the file, which in this case is this one. And now that'll go and compress it back down, and I can look at the file right there. It looks fine. So this information is to help you guys out to better understand some stuff. As far as the sliders that are already in the Shark, if you're going to use any of those sliders, those sliders basically they're really good to have, but the commands that you'll be using in there, unless you're more advanced, are going to basically keep the image sizes. So if you're going to use a slider, it is highly recommended to have all of your graphics the same size. Reason being, it's going to look crazy if you go from big pictures to small pictures to big pictures and all that. So again, that's another reason that the resizeimage.net will be great for you. Again, I'm going to put the links to this and the compressor.io in the comments when I go to upload this, or I should say when I put this on YouTube. I'll have it in the comments on there as well as the comments in the group. All right, guys, you have a great day. I hope this video helps you. You guys get out there, make you some money. I hope you guys are doing great with your clients and stuff like that. And this is going to be the first, if I didn't say it at the beginning of this one, it's going to be the first video of optimization. If I get likes on this and comments that you guys want to see more, I will continue to give you a few more videos in regards to optimization. I hope this helps you all out, and you guys have a great day.